Hi Angel Family, welcome to this episode of Magical Mondays with Christy. Today I'm going to be talking about how to cast a circle. A circle is a sacred space that you create for your ceremony. You can do this whether you're having a ceremony yourself, alone, or in a group. The reason we use a circle is because it represents the divine feminine, and a sphere, when you create a bubble, represents the creator and the creator's consciousness, its spirit. So what's nice about having a circle is energy's evenly distributed. So everyone is equally represented and can equally connect with spirit when you're sitting in a circle. So there's a couple of steps that you go through and perform to create this protective sacred space. First thing you do is cleanse yourself. That might mean drinking some water, some tea to purify or cleanse yourself. You might use some smoke to cleanse. You might use a spray or a protection prayer. Next thing you do is you're going to clear the space. Again, you can use some smoke cleansing on the space. If you're inside, maybe you want to sweep. Make sure that the area is free of any dust and debris. The next thing you're going to do is invite in your spirit guides, your angels. You're going to be asked for the space to be filled with white light. The reason we ask for white light is we're not casting a circle where any lower energies or negative energies, or some people call it dark energy, would be invited into. This is a sacred space where there's only anything that would come from white light or divine source energy would be allowed to come. Once you've cleansed your space, you're going to call in the elements. So the first thing you're going to do is figure out where your cardinal points are. Once you do that, you're going to start by facing the east, and you're going to call in the element of air. I work with the angels in all of my sacred circles, so I also call in Archangel Raphael, who is the governor of the east. So you call in the element of air. You can do that with representing a feather or the smoke from a sage wand or something like that. That would be an air element. Once you've called in the element of air, you're now going to turn south, facing south. So you'll be rotating to your right. And you're going to call in the element of fire and the Archangel Michael. So the element of fire is about action and purification and exciting us, right? So you might light a candle to represent that. So the fire, the flame of the candle represents that. Then you're going to rotate again a quarter turn to the west and call in the element of water, and Archangel Gabriel. And you're going to invite in the purification of water and the cleansing power of water and the way that water helps you go with the flow. You could use an abalone shell to represent water, maybe a glass of water or a chalice of water. Lastly, you're going to rotate to the north. That is the element of earth and Archangel Uriel. And you're going to invite in those grounding characteristics of the element of earth. And you can use crystals, maybe clay or ceramics also represent that. Or if you have a gnome statue, they are the elemental of earth. Lastly, you're going to point upwards and you're going to ask all of your spirit guides, your angels, deities, any divine source energies that you want to work with to come into the space. Then I work in threes. I like using the number 3. It's a great manifestation number. And I will go around the circle 3 times. So I go around clockwise 3 times. And then I'm ready to start my sacred circle. Now there's some important things you want to know. You want to make sure you've gathered everything that you need, because you don't want to then walk out of the circle. You've sort of broken the veil at that point. Circle etiquette is, if you're already sitting down in the circle, if you need to leave for any reason, you can open a curtain energetically, and then when you come back in, you close that curtain. You can also move your arms around So it's like you're creating a sphere or a bubble around you. That's also a last step, if that speaks to you, to create your sacred circle. Once you've performed your meditation or your ritual or your ceremony, at the end you need to release the circle or close the circle. And how you do that is you work backwards. So you're going to walk around counterclockwise 3 times. You're going to stop at the cardinal point east, thank the air element, thank Archangel Raphael for being there, and telling them that you're releasing them. You're going to do the same thing for the north, because remember we're going the opposite direction. North, then the west, then to the south, and coming back. That's how you create a sacred space or a sacred circle, and that's also how you release a sacred circle. I hope that this has been helpful, and I would love to hear how you all create or cast your circles. Please leave any comments below, and thank you for joining us on this episode of Magical Mondays.